Hey guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 5. Of course, you can check out my other vlogs on my YouTube channel, or you can check them out on my website, DrCliffAuD.com. You'll notice that in today's vlog, I'm not actually standing inside of the empty shell space, and that is because there's really nothing that's gone on over there right now, and I'm getting ready to go out of town today for a conference, and I still wanted to record a vlog, but that kind of brings me to the point of today's vlog. So last week when I was talking about the loan process and actually closing on the building and getting the loan approved and all of that, the question was, well, where is the cost of the build out? Well, the total cost of this entire project is probably going to be around $550,000, and $290,000 was actually for the building itself, which means that there's the remaining portion of that, a couple $100,000 is actually going to be going into the build out of the space. And that build out process, it takes some time. And so first and foremost, when we're going through the loan process, we had to have the architect, we had to have the general contractor basically design the space and create like where the rooms would be, where the walls are, all of that stuff, where they'll put the electrical panel. We're gonna need, to basically get pricing on all of that as well, and that's where the general contractor comes into place. So they spent a lot of time contacting different companies that would be coming in and actually doing like installing the air conditioning, building the walls, installing the flooring, like all of that stuff, to be able to give us an estimate of how much it may cost to build out the space. And so my original goal was to keep the build out, right around $100 per square foot. And the bid that she put in, or the estimate rather that she put in from all of the different bids that she got, ended up coming in, I think it was around $120 a square foot. And that is to keep a little bit of extra cushion in there as well, because we wanted to make sure that we got a solid loan amount from the lender to ensure that we could actually build out the entire space and not really run into any issues of running out of money. So that's part of it. My hope is that we'll end up having the loan amount be, closer to the $500,000 mark or less, rather than getting up into the, $550,000, $600,000 range. That being said, the actual process of getting the money from that. So when we closed on the loan, and this was back in early December, when we actually closed on the loan, it was for the amount for the building. And they end up releasing funds and adding that to the total loan amount as time goes on. So it's not like we're paying for this build out money. They haven't actually put any of that money into our bank account at this point. They release it once we have approval for certain phases of that build out. And so that will be, paid out over the course of time, over the course of the build out. Which leads me to the next part, which is how long is this build out going to take? And we've been told about 3 months by the general contractor for the size of the space and the time of the year that we're trying to do this in. So, it's, I would estimate that it's probably going to be a little bit longer than that. I've been telling my patients already that we're looking, probably not May, it's probably going to be more like June. I thought that if the permitting process was going to go through a little bit quicker, that we could potentially have been ready to go May 1st. But after stepping back and seeing how long this permitting process has taken, I would just guess that whatever their estimate is for a build out phase, maybe add another month onto that, and then that doesn't really start, that countdown doesn't really start until after we've received permitting, which is my next point. When we were probably a month into the process of, getting loan approval and all of that, and we didn't want to start, in fact, we couldn't start the process of submitting, the architectural plans and everything to the city of Phoenix to get permitting approval until we actually had the design of the space. So we had to have the architect design everything, and that took time right at the beginning of this process of us submitting the offer. So that took time. And then once we finally got it to the point where everything was ready to submit to the city, we were already well into that process of trying to obtain the loan. And, we are still currently in this process of getting approval for actually doing the build out. And right now, we've resubmitted a second time. So the first submission, everything went pretty well. Just to give you an idea, we had submitted all the plans for about 2 weeks, and then we had a meeting with the architect and general contractor at the same time, and they said that we were number 26th in line to have our plans reviewed by the city. And then it took a couple weeks after that for them to actually get through our plans and give the approval on certain areas, and then they asked for revisions on other areas. So we had to take some time, or the architect did, the general contractor did, had to resubmit or redesign, figure out how they were going to actually, meet the requirements that the city had for these permits. And then we just got those resubmitted last week. And, I don't know how long it takes for that process. I'm hoping that some point this week that we'll actually get approval from the city to where we can actually start going in and doing the build out. And, time frame wise, I mean, if you're unfamiliar with Arizona, people are pouring into Arizona from California, from the Midwest, like everywhere. In fact, I think half my patients are probably from the, Chicagoland area, to be honest. Everyone just trying to escape the cold. But Arizona is growing like crazy, which means that there's only so many, contractors that can come in. They're busy with other jobs. And we need to get the permitting process done, and then we need to get the process of getting these people in at the right times, because you need certain phases done of the build out before you can move on to other phases. So it all has to do with time frame of getting these individuals in. And our hope was with our general contractor, she's been in the area for a long time. She has a lot of connections with a lot of different contractors. And so I'm hoping that that will make this process a little bit smoother from that standpoint. But we'll see. I mean, that's the whole thing, is that I don't really know 100% for sure when all of this is going to be done. What I can promise you is that, of course, once we find out that permitting is done, I'm going to have a meeting again with our general contractor and with the architect, and just to see time frame wise again where we're at with this build out process. So I'm looking forward to that. I really want to get all this permitting done and approved. The space is it's a gray shell. I mean, they had to look at a lot of different things about how we're going to go about building this place out. And I'm hoping that once we, get the ball rolling on the actual construction of it, that it's going to be pretty straightforward. But I'm just expecting to have little hiccups happen along the way, and we'll see how that ends up working out. So that's kind of how this whole process works. And again, I'm really new to this. I don't know what the estimate would be really realistically to have this place built out this time of year when all of these contractors are really busy. So this could turn into a thing where it's super quick, or it could turn into a thing where it's really extended long and we're a year from now and hasn't been built out. I really hope that that is not the case, but you guys will be able to follow along with that the entire time anyway. So I'm hoping that clears up a little bit about why there's no construction going on right now, and where we're really at in the process and what that process is. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm getting ready to go out of town. I will be posting another vlog next week where I'm going to show you the actual layout that we submitted to the city. So that should be a really good one. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and if you have missed the other vlogs, make sure you check out my website, DrCliffAuD.com, and I will see you next week.